Why don't we jump right into our headline topic today? And that is that Ubisoft, during an interview about the launch of the new Ubisoft Plus Premium and Classic subscription. Okay, hold on, actually. We're going to get into this in a second. Shout out Ubisoft. Okay? I don't think anyone puts more work into rebranding their bullshit than Ubisoft. Okay, you got... what? How many names has their stupid launcher ever had?
Yeah,
Guys, hit us in the chat. Okay, I think it was Uplay at the start. The look on your face, by the way, is amazing.
No,
Ubisoft
I don't
Connect
think so.
is one of them.
No, I don't. So I think it's Ubisoft Connect now.
I Am Bear goes, it's not Uplay anymore.
No. It's,
Formerly Ubisoft Game Launcher.
Yeah, I think that's what it started as.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's according to Tony B486 in the Floatplane chat.
It's Ubisoft Plus now. It's not even Ubisoft Connect anymore.
Ubisoft Plus. Okay, hold on.
No, I think the game launcher is still called Ubisoft Connect.
I don't think we can take everything Floatplane chat is saying as gospel truth. Skate Rubin says, was it Origin at one point? No, that was EA.
Yeah, it's not Ubisoft Plus. It's Ubisoft Connect. Ubisoft Plus is their subscription service. We're talking about the launcher right now. The launcher was originally called Ubisoft Game Launcher, and then Uplay. Uplay was actually a good name, in my opinion.
They had an online pass called Uplay Passport.
Okay.
This was back in like 2012 or 2013. Uplay Plus, a monthly subscription service that gave you access to over 100 games in the Ubisoft catalog, was introduced at E3 2019.
Cool.
And then...
Hope you like Far Cry and Far Cry derivatives.
In October 2020, this is all from Wikipedia, so take it for what it is, probably fine. In October 2020, apparently Uplay and Ubisoft Club were merged into Ubisoft Connect.
That makes sense.
And then as part of the Ubisoft Plus... What? Wow. So anywho, let's get back to the launch of the new Ubisoft Plus Premium and Classic subscriptions. What the f*** these things are, I don't know without looking them up. I assume they are some kind of subscription service that may or may not have anything to do with their launcher. Cool. Their director of subscriptions. Oh my God, they have a director of subscriptions because of course they do.
I've got it. I've got the difference between Classic and Premium.
All right, help me out.
So Classic in Canadian dollars is $10 a month, and Premium is $20 a month. In Classic, you get a selection of 50 plus, whatever that means.
Hold on, can you help me out with something really quick here?
Sure.
How many games does Ubisoft actually launch every year?
That's why I said Far Cry and Far Cry derivatives. One thing to note, though, is that they are a publisher.
Don't forget about Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed derivatives.
Assassin's Creed at this point is basically a Far Cry derivative.
Hot take. Here we go.
This is coming from someone who likes Assassin's Creed.
Okay, that's...
But they all just follow the go to the tower, reveal the map, continue forward model.
I see.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, I haven't forgotten about Anno.
I haven't played the most recent one.
I haven't forgotten about Anno. That's actually just published by Ubisoft, though.
So they are a publisher, and they do publish a decent amount of games.
Yes.
People like Trackmania. Yeah, true.
All right.
Some content creators
okay,
keeping that
but
alive.
now hold on just a gosh darn second here, because $20 a month, last time I checked, is over $200 a year.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, actually.
So given that PC games only cost, full price if you are buying Nintendo games or you can't wait like 2 weeks, you could buy like most of the games that Ubisoft releases that year and just...
Doing a premium subscription would cost me more than I spend on Ubisoft games a year. And I buy the games that I want to play. Like, I don't cheap out on games.
So I guess what you're trying to say is that a better value for people's money would be a Floatplane subscription.
Yeah.
We finally did it, guys. We finally interviewed the new CEO.
Yeah.
He's 6 months into the job now.
It took a little bit.
New? Okay, maybe not so much, but
still
definitely
new in the grand scheme of things.
Grand scheme of things, definitely new. It's up on Floatplane. It's over an hour long. It ended up running a lot longer than we had we'd sort of planned to. We took questions from the community. I also came up with some on my own, and we kind of like riffed a little bit.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was good.
That's cool.
So that's up on Floatplane along with a whole bunch of other great exclusives. So their director of subscriptions, I'm trying a new thing. I actually feel really bad because I told Riley and Jessica, okay, I want to help you guys make clips better. So I want to try and keep the topics. Stop with that face. I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to try and make the topics as clean as I can without random digressions and tangents.
That's never going to happen. You just have to cap it off well, I think.
I have made it.
That's not going
to work either. 19 words into this topic and have already gone on 2 major digressions. I'm very sorry. I will do better. Ubisoft's director of subscriptions, Philippe Tremblay, observed that in order for video game subscriptions to really take off, a consumer shift needs to happen where gamers get more comfortable not owning their games, just like other consumers got comfortable not owning their CD collection or DVD collection. Now, in fairness to Mr. Tremblay, that's a good point. I am perfectly comfortable at this point not owning a CD collection. I do not need a CD collection. What would I need it for? So that I can have a bunch of random plastic in my house? So that I can get up like a caveman when I want to listen to a different track on a different plastic disc?
Do you archive music that's important to you? Because you archive movies that are important to you.
I only archive movies on a central server.
That you're not so much of a music guy?
I mean, I listen to music every day.
Yeah.
For probably...
But are you like that into it?
Over an hour a day?
Yeah.
I wouldn't describe myself as into it. Yeah. I spend far more time listening to music than I do watching movies.
Yeah. But I think that's much more casually.
For me, it's less about the casualness or not casualness, or honestly, even the time spent doing it. And it's more about the convenience. If I could stream Blu-rays with the touch of my finger, the way that I can stream an MP3, then I wouldn't bother to have those on a server in my house either. I wouldn't care.
Are you not concerned about any of it going away? I think that's less of a risk with music. It's more of a risk with movies.
I think that my immediate reaction, and this is going to be probably a little unpopular with someone, is that if a streaming service, and I believe YouTube Music, I know Google Play Music had this, where if you had something in your likes or in your playlist or whatever else, and it was removed from the platform, it would leave a ghost. Like it would leave a stub that it was there. So you would never lose that, oh yeah, that was a song I like to listen to that had some significance or whatever. And then what I would do immediately if a song was pulled off of the service that I use, because I'm not going to subscribe to more than one, is I would just go pirate it, upload it to the service, which Google Play supported, and I believe YouTube Music may also support. I can't remember.
Local.
I haven't had to do it in a long time.
I know YouTube Music can do local play.
Sure. Well, I wouldn't bother with that. That would be too much work. But Google Play Music, you could upload it to your own private cloud.
I don't know if that works anymore.
And
but
then, I remember that. So I had like 2 songs that weren't available on Google Play Music, one of which I actually bought on iTunes because it was the only place I could find it. And the other one, I think I ended up finding a download for it on a pirate site because it wasn't available on any streaming service. So I was just like, well, okay then.
This is the only actual way I can get it.
That's how it's, well, I could have bought the CD and I could have ripped the file, but I was not going to buy a whole album for one song. And I believe those songs are now on YouTube Music. And so I no longer actively do that, but I can tell you if something disappeared from my playlist, that would be the first thing I would do because I'm not interested. As for movies, I think I kind of recognize the data delivery challenges with having an on-demand, just like instant Blu-ray stream.
Doing the same quality as a Blu-ray.
Yep.
Be very expensive.
And you know what's really interesting is we've talked about this already on the show, but I'm seeing that discourse start to gain traction.
People are putting the hats on, dude.
Like, hey, oh no, I don't mean that.
Oh, I mean that.
I mean I'm seeing people start to recognize how crappy Netflix looks.
Oh yeah,
and like as
there was a
Blu-ray,
whole thread I saw recently of somebody who bought a Blu-ray as like almost a joke, and then they watched it at home and they were like, "I'm going back."
Yeah,
yeah.
because it looks like garbage.
Yeah. Well, no, it looks amazing.
No, I mean, Netflix looks like garbage by comparison.
Yeah.
And nothing against Netflix. It's a technological marvel. Honestly,
For sure.
I mean that.
Yeah.
But there's just limitations.
4K is not 4K in all situations.
1080p is not 1080p.
Yeah.
There's more factors than that.
Yeah.
And Blu-ray looks really, really good, especially for like 4K UHD Blu-rays. Man, I watched Alien for the first time. Did I talk about this on WAN Show before? I'm not sure. I finally watched it right before CES. I had never seen Alien before. And I watched it on that TCL TV. I watched a Blu-ray. It was incredible. It looked so good. I don't think I could watch. I don't think I would even want to watch a movie like that streamed from Netflix. Like the ambience of it. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Spectacularly, I had managed to avoid almost all spoilers for it too. Like I got to watch it with fresh eyes. It was kind of fun.
I don't think this increases convenience at all, though. Like this isn't.
Oh, coming back to you. No,
yeah, this isn't gamers going from discs to streaming services. This is completely different.
No, and hold on a second, because there is more that Mr. Tremblay said. He said part of that is gamers feeling secure in the knowledge that they won't lose their progress, that their files won't be deleted, and that they won't lose what they've built in the game. And there's the problem. They will. Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
From Ubisoft. This has happened.
Hold on, servers... Okay, here it is. Ubisoft shutting down. Hold on. Decommissioning of online services for older games. Okay, here. Here's a post from Ubisoft. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Assassin's Creed 2 is no longer available. Let's find something. Okay, Anno 1404. Wait, hold on. If you've ULC. Hold on. What am I looking at? Online services for older... Yeah, okay. So online services are closed for these games. Anno 1404, America's Army. That was only on Xbox, that one. A bunch of Assassin's Creed games were retired between 2014 and 2022. Beyond Good and Evil. Far Cry 2 shut down. Man, actually a lot of Far Cry's... Far Cry 3, the 2012 release. So for 10 years... 10 years is a long time. 10 years is long enough that you could be 16 when you play this game, and you could be 26 by the time they shut it down. But here's the problem with that. What if you're 26, 27, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to go experience that the way that I originally experienced it.
Well, good luck with that game might have aged kind of rough, but lots of games don't, to be honest.
Yeah, what about...
When did Civ 5 come out?
What about Just Dance 3 Kids? Okay, probably not a good example.
Civ 5 came out in 2010, so it's over a decade old.
Yep.
I play it every once in a while still.
Yep.
That's not even nostalgia glasses.
And you know what? I mean, when I was talking about how I was comfortable with this whole subscription service thing for music, yeah, that is a big part of why I'm comfortable with it, because over time, the quality of the library has improved, not gotten worse, although... I have a lot that I could say about the YouTube Music app versus Google Play Music.
The app got a lot worse.
The app got...
YouTube Music is...
spectacularly worse.
Trash compared to Google Play Music.
If they just brought back the Google Play Music app...
So much better.
I would...
I used to be evangelical about it. People talk about how Shopify was so great, and I'd be like...
I think you mean Spotify.
Spotify, sorry. Yeah. You have not heard of the Google Play Music. Let me show you the ways.
Yeah. Did I mention it comes with YouTube Premium?
Yeah. And then they trashed it. And I was like, well, I'm never showing this off again because I'm happy it comes for free with Premium. I will not pay for 2, just like you said.
Yep.
But it's a lot worse than Spotify. So it is what it is.
So yeah, a big part of why I'm comfortable with it is that convenience and trusting that the service is going to continue to exist, and also that if it doesn't, then I could just jump ship to Spotify.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, like Tidal?
Or something.
Somewhat.
There's a few.
Apple Music. I could just jump to something else. Whereas with Ubisoft, well, okay, these games are their own games on their own platform. If for whatever reason I don't like what they're doing with the platform, there is no competition that I could jump to, whether it's price increases or cutting the library or whatever else it is. And I don't trust that those things are going to be maintained.
There's no reason to trust that. All of the precedent has been that they won't be. So like very extensive precedent from a huge multitude of companies has been that it won't be.
Our discussion question is, what would it take for you to trust a company that has this kind of power over your gaming library? And I think we both know the answer. No? Oh, okay. Well, I know the answer. I want a commitment in writing that if any online services are to be terminated, that they will be either open sourced, or there will be a good faith effort to negotiate with the gaming community to hand over the tools to continue that service uninterrupted.
I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
Well, I didn't say it was realistic. I just said...
Yeah. That is right, though. I do agree.
That's what it would take for me to trust them to just be like, yeah, it's all subscription now. You own nothing. With that said, it's not like it's really any different. If you buy it, you're still just renting it.
Not always.
But the online services you are, because they can just shut them down at their discretion.
Yeah. But if they did sign that thing...
Well, then I'd be fine with that too. But
yeah.
I just mean it's not an option in either case. Our options right now are to give them all our money up front, or to give them our money over time.
To not give them all our money ever.
Is that today?
That's this month.
Oh, that's a month. Wow. You know what? I will say, though. If you want to
see, it's the...
I really... Oh, wow. Ooh. Wow. Hold on, can you go back to that for a sec? This really bothers me. So from here, look at the y-axis on this chart.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Go to the 1 month one. I hate that.
Yeah, this should be 1. Is that what you said? Or 0?
It should be 0.
Yeah.
There's an app that I use for monitoring stock prices, not because I own stocks, but just because
it's interesting.
I follow the tech industry, and if I'm not paying attention to, who's... Wow. AMD is... Remember that Computex video I made where I was like, you should invest in AMD, by the way, this is not financial advice or whatever. Anyone who invested in AMD at that point, I think that it's like a 4-bagger now or something like that. Anyway, the point is I do pay attention to it. And one of the things that I don't do this very often, but I noticed that I didn't like about the app, and I actually went out of my way to message the developer of the app and ask, hey, I don't happen to be a paying customer of yours because I don't need any of your premium features because I'm just a looky-loo, but I would love to be able to fix the bottom of the y-axis at 0, because otherwise it makes the swings in value look enormous, when in some cases they actually aren't that large.
To some investors, they might want to see that view, though, because they might be trading on that level. So that's valuable.
Sure, fair enough. But on that level,
you also need to be able to see
can still be distorted. Yeah. Because the thing is that not all stocks have a price that is directly comparable, like depending on how many times it's been split, for example.
Totally.
So you could have a stock that's priced at $600, and it could have fluctuated from 580 to 610, and it could look like this giant line. And then you could have another stock that's priced at around $70 and went from 30 to 70, and it looks like that same line. But that's actually a really big difference.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah.
My big thing here
okay, sure.
is actually this. Blech. That's what I was looking at. Negative 15.72% year to date.
Yikes.
That's the like, oh. Yeah, so things are frustrating and stuff. Okay.
And you don't own games anymore. Well, got him. All right, second topic. Do you want to pick one?
Yeah, I hate to bring them up. Actually, I don't at all. I love it, but I'm going to do it anyways. BG3 has spoken out against this.
Baldur's Gate 3? You mean? Sorry,
I mean Larian Studios.
Oh, okay.
Sven himself specifically. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think Sven's a pretty common name.
Let me try to find the tweet.
I'm hearing invest in trash can manufacturing.
Okay. It's doing that thing where it's serving me all the tweets out of order because I'm not logged in.
Nice. I'm logged in, I think.
Ubisoft subscription not...
Okay, to its credit,
games.
typing x.com legitimately is faster than typing twitter.com.
Oh, cool. I'm never going to remember that. I can't find it. I think I can find it through my phone. Hold on.
Is this Bryan Adams and Taylor Swift? No way.
Yeah, so Sven said, whatever the future of games looks like, content will always be king. It's going to be a lot harder to get good content if subscription becomes the dominant model and a select group gets to decide what goes to market and what does not. Direct from developer to players is the way. Getting a board to okay a project fueled by idealism is almost impossible, and idealism needs room to exist, even if it can lead to disaster. Subscription models will always end up being a cost-benefit analysis exercise intended to maximize profit. There's nothing wrong with that, but it may not become a monopoly of subscription services. We are already all dependent on a select group of digital distribution platforms, and discoverability is brutal. Should these platforms all switch to subscription, it'll become savage. In such a world, by definition, the preference of the subscription service will determine what games get made. Trust me, you really don't want that. TLDR, you won't find our games on a subscription service, even if I respect that for many developers, it presents an opportunity to make their game. I don't have an issue with that. I just want to make sure the other ecosystems don't die because it's valuable. What a Chad move. We will not do this. This thing sucks. We want to build our games in the idealized way that we want to build them. Sick. They just keep doing cool stuff, man. So cool. I don't know.
I just wish they made games other than that.
Yeah.
Because I kind of couldn't get into it. I can
understand that. But they're yeah. I mean, that's fair. It's just not really your style of game, which is fair. But it's still a fantastic game.
I'm going to take another run at it. I'll take another run at it.
Play it with yourself or like with me or something.
It's a huge time commitment.
It is huge.
And like
it's a big deal. And like if you really want to enjoy it, a lot of it's like
even the game that shall not be named.
Yeah.
The amount of like places and mechanics and the controls and stuff. If you play a game for 1 hour and then like I mean a new game, like a modern game where it's not just like the tutorial is here's how to WASD, control for crouch, mouse to look. Like play a modern game that in a genre that you don't normally play. Okay? Play it for 1 hour. You won't even probably...
Might be hard for some of these nerds.
You won't probably even be through the tutorial. Go away. Don't touch it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Come back. Play another hour.
There can be some learning curve.
Go away. Don't touch it for 2 weeks. And come back and play another hour. How do you... It's so hard to get into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want them to like weaken it though. To be completely honest.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. It's a hardcore game for hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
100%.
It's really, really deep, and they have a lot of systems going on, so there's going to be some level of complexity. I don't think it's too bad though, and I'm actually kind of like wondering what you got hung up on. Because like there wasn't a large learning curve for Original Sin for me, or Divinity, and you played Divinity and had no problems with it. So like
Well, I mean, I was just kind of tagging along with you. Like it was that was the tutorial. We were just talking to people, and like I played Dragon Age.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think a big part of it might have been because I was playing with a non-gamer.
This is what I'm saying.
I get it. So on the one hand, we were going extremely slow sometimes, and on the other hand, we were like blitzing through areas that are just like, you're like, my gamer sense is tingling.
I should be doing this thing. Why are we not doing this thing?
We need to talk to these people.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really non-methodical way of going through this settlement that is clearly designed to be walked through this way. Like that. Yeah. That's part of it. But also, I look at that game, I see it in my library, and it looks like I am going to spend at least 30% of this gaming session Googling controls, trying to remember what was happening last time, trying to figure out where the crap I am, and honestly, I'd rather just shoot some heads in Halo.
See, like, yeah, I can't, like, tell you you're wrong, but I feel like something's...
Because of the power dynamic in our relationship? Because that's what people will assume.
No.
Because you're afraid to speak truth to power?
Oh my God. No, it's just like you can't...
You can tell from his body language.
You can't tell someone who's like, I'm having a hard time with this.
He actually fears me.
We spent like the entire video we were filming before this just trashing on each other. So yeah, you can't like tell someone who's like, this is difficult for me, that they're wrong. But I'm wondering if there's like something in particular that you're hitching on that I could just solve for you, and then it would be over.
They said to blink if you need help.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's nothing in particular. You know what? Okay, all right. I'll play it.
You don't like...
Look, I'm a man of my word. I watched Pirates of Silicon Valley. I watched that other stupid, crappy movie. What was the third thing that I said I would do? I played through the campaign of Titanfall 2.
That was good.
I committed, and I did them. And I mean, you don't seem to feel the same way about your commitments.
Oh my goodness. My computer cannot run the game.
Stalling out.
I will play it soon.
Sure, I mean...
Theoretically, I'm getting that other one.
Yeah, that Esper can save itself.
Oh my goodness. I actually really want to play it. I have you lent me that controller. It's sitting right next to my mouse pad because I like want to play it, but I can't.
I found out he was playing on a keyboard, and I was like, brother.
I got really good at the whatever.
Blitz.
I got actually very good at the combo on the keyboard.
Well,
like Emma asked me what I was doing one time because I was playing it and I was like going so fast, and she's like, what's happening? I was like, I just memorized all the inputs.
Don't tell him it's a lot easier on a keyboard.
It is actually way easier on a keyboard.
So it's time to actually have to deal with occasionally inputting a combo incorrectly.
Which I feel like is actually correct, because the reason why it's easier on a keyboard is because it's like broken.
And the reason he's so powerful is because there's a chance you'll enter the combo wrong.
Yeah. And you're trying to go quickly because you have to get to the next action input. Like I want to play it properly. Like when you're doing it on a keyboard, it's like, okay, you go left and then angled left and then down. You actually just go left, down, down, because there's no angled left. So I don't know if it takes left or down.
You can also just roll them.
Lol.
Or at least that was true in emulators. My first time beating that game was not on my SNES with my cartridge, because I lost my Super Nintendo when I moved to my mom's house. Mm-hmm. I never got it back. I have no idea whatever happened to that Super Nintendo. So as a kid, I got stuck on the floating continent every time, and I know this won't be a spoiler.
Okay.
And I didn't know that you can cast magic outside of battle.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a particular dungeon.
That's rough.
At a particular stage in the game when potions are like a little bit of health, and you could only hold 99 of any particular item in your inventory. So I would make it halfway through this stupid dungeon and run out of potions because I didn't know I could just cast Cure outside of battle. And I eventually had the older sibling of one of my friends like help me with it. Like, can you pass this for me? And my jaw just about hit the floor.
The second he cast out of battle?
The second they open up
then you're
the
like,
skills menu.
I could have obviously done this.
Yes.
I haven't found it like the town I'm in right now is the hardest by a massive amount. The
Oh yeah,
hardest section
Zozo's
I've
a
ran
bitch.
into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else has been honestly pretty easy.
What are we talking about right now?
Not a clue.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Because they
Freudian slip. Baldur's Gate 3.
It is. Yeah. No,
only water can get through.
They were looked at a little bit weird for not like joining Game Pass and doing. Oh, great! Oh my god,
That's really good. It took me.
I was trying to continue the topics. I didn't like try to even bother understand what it was. They were questioned a little bit, as far as my understanding goes, for not joining like Game Pass and stuff like that. So I already knew they kind of had this stance, but to reaffirm the stance in the light of this, I think is very cool, because I think it's pretty important. And I think, in my opinion, the quality of shows and TV and movies and stuff has maybe been dampened a little bit by the subscription model. And I strongly agree with what he was saying about how that would happen to gaming. Because what's going to get funding
is whatever can sell predictably.
Yeah.
Or whatever will be able to be played for many hours.
Retain subscribers on the subscription model.
Yep.
So things like daily login rewards and stuff that keep people wanting to stay subscribed is going to be the things that get allowed to be made. So that's not fun. I don't like that. Cool.